I have a great reputation in show business, but in comedy, I'm what's known as a lazy comedian, which is crazy because I work all the time, but that's not why they call me lazy. They call me lazy because I do shows sometimes, 20,000 people be in the crowd. And I'll tell a joke, and they'll all look at me like I'm crazy. But 3 or 4 people will laugh really hard. And I'll be on stage like, yeah, that's good enough. Well, this next joke is one of those jokes that... It's not, you know what I mean? I like to tell it, but it never does good. But I'm going to do it. You know why it doesn't do good? I'm not good at impressions, but this is an impression. You ready? Okay. This is not going to work. All right, this is my impression. It's my impression of the dead people on the Titanic. You didn't let me finish. This is my impression of the dead people on the Titanic as the submersible was approaching their ship. That's good enough. All right, here it goes. I'm gonna do it. Okay, here it goes. Join us in our watery grave. Oh, buddy, that's funny to me. Listen, that is a funny way to die. 20 years from now, on my 70th birthday, I'm going to take a submersible to see the submersible. Hopefully by then it should work. My wife hates that joke. You know,
you can talk about me all the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck. I got mine, goddammit. You better hustle and get yours.
Chris got slapped in the face at the Oscars by Will Smith, which was one of the craziest things I'd ever seen. In fact, if you watch it live on television, when it happened, I thought it was fake. I did. I wasn't sure. So, you know what I did? I waited 30, 40 minutes, and I called him. And he picked up. As soon as he picked up, he said, "You was the only nigga I had to answer the phone for." Apparently, Obama and Oprah, everybody had called this nigga to see if everything was all right. So I asked him, I go, "Well, you know." He said, "What?" I said, "Well, did it hurt?" And he said, "Yes, nigga, it hurt." Then I knew that it was real. And then, and only then, was I offended. And I wasn't just offended that he got slapped. The real offensive part was that after they slapped him, this nigga Will just sat down and enjoyed the rest of his evening. It was crazy. And people would ask me all the time. They'd say, "Dave, what would you do if you were Chris Rock and Will Smith slapped you in the face?" And to this day, the answer is the same. I don't know what I would have done. I've never been in a situation that extreme. But I do know now what Will Smith would not have done. That is, enjoy the rest of his evening.
I got a theory. I think a mass shooting that's little dick activity. It's something about shooting up an area that screams little dick activity to me. You know? And don't misinterpret. I'm not suggesting that dudes with big dicks don't kill people. But we usually kill specific people. I can empathize with a man being fed up, being at his limit. You know, we all get frustrated at work and whatever the life, whatever, society. But if I ever got to the point where I'm like, I'm gonna kill a motherfucker tomorrow, I'm walking into work and I'm shooting Cheryl. Because she the one been fucking with me for 3.5 years. I'm not gonna shoot up accounts receivable and hope Cheryl get the message, right? What kind of man does a passive-aggressive murder? A little dick man, if you ask me. So my number 2 reason that I would punch a woman in the face and not feel bad about it at all is if she was stomping on my mama. Let me be clear. I'll let you get a fair fight with my mama. She talk a lot of shit. Yeah, but I'm not gonna let you stomp her out. And listen, I know a lot of y'all from the suburbs. A stomp out is basically when you already won a fist fight and your opponent is on the ground and you decide to be extra and stomp on her body for bonus damage. So let's just say for the sake of argument, you know, you at the function, you get into it with my mom, you know, it come to blows, and, you know, the Lord is with you that day. You know, you overcome the Philly shell, you get the best of her. She's laid out, that's not an issue. I'll help her up, we'll go home. It's happened a dozen times before.
I was at a party, some guy gave me some shit. He's like, here, man, take this. It's fucking mushrooms. I took it, I forgot all about it, you know. Then a couple days later, I found that shit in my pocket. I'm thinking, why not? Because I'm thinking it's like weed, some background shit. I planned my whole day out like it was weed. I'll chew this shit up, then I'll go to the barber shop, get my hair cut, and then I'll see a movie. I chewed it up. So far, so good. Then I was in a barber shop like an hour later. And it's funny because I was just thinking to myself, I was like, ooh, this stuff sucks. Tastes like athlete's foot. I feel sick, but I'm not really high. Then I looked in the mirror. I saw the barber's reflection, man. It looked like a big penis was cutting my hair. I freaked out. I started talking to myself, Dave, calm down. You're on drugs. This is what drugs do. Okay, you know that there is no way that a penis can cut hair. But I started freaking out, man. I just couldn't take it anymore. I jumped out the chair, half my hair was cut, I didn't care. I didn't, I just gave a barber a handful of money. It was weird, the balls opened up. Anyway, I ran home, man. I ran home as fast as I could. I was tripping. I looked at the clock, it was 2:42. I was like, damn, 2:42? I gotta sober up. I had never been this high this early. I took a shower, I was still high. I said, maybe music will do the trick. I listened to every CD I had, I was still high. Exercise, that's what I'll do. I ran around the block 4 times, still high. Took a nap, woke up, fucked up. I looked at the clock, it was 2:43. I said, God damn.
In football, the object is for the quarterback, otherwise known as the field general, to be on target with his aerial assault, riddling the defense by hitting his receivers with deadly accuracy, in spite of the blitz, even if he has to use the shotgun. With short bullet passes and long bombs, he marches his troops into enemy territory, balancing this aerial assault with a sustained ground attack which punches holes in the forward wall of the enemy's defensive line. In baseball, the object is to go home and to be safe.
Donald Trump wants to stage a UFC fight on the White House lawn. The last time he staged a fight in D.C., Mike Pence almost died. Actually, there was supposed to be an Epstein joke here, but I guess it got deleted. Must have probably deleted itself, right? Probably never existed, actually. Let's move on as a country and ignore that. Joe Rogan actually wanted me to be here to host this award show so that I could capture Adam Silver because Joe thinks he's an alien. And Donald Trump wanted me to be here to capture Juan Soto for the same reason. It's an alien joke. Who booed up there, dude? Shut up. Probably one of the greatest speeches of world leaders given. It's got to be up there with like Churchill, Gettysburg Address. Because the night the United States killed the leader of ISIS, Trump comes out of the Situation Room at like midnight in the White House and he walks down that tunnel and gives a press conference like he's giving a post-game NBA and just goes, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead. He died like a dog. And it's I just changed one word of that. That's what he opened with. And then he did 40 minutes. The speech is 40 minutes. Abu, we could hear him crying. I said, Abu, don't cry. Abu, let me tell you something. Abu cried. He cried quite a bit. I wouldn't have cried.
A while back, I had 2 friends go to prison for selling drugs. And when drug dealers call you from prison, they always ask the same question. They're always like, who would have thought I'd go from driving the Benz to sleeping in a cell? Everybody. That's why we asked you to stop. They asked me not to talk about this stuff on stage, but the way I see it, for the next 5 to 7, I can say what I want. When they were dealing like small-time drugs like weed and stuff, we didn't really care. But when they started moving to heavier things, we sat down, one of our friends, and we had like a real serious talk. Like, hey man, don't go down this route, because nobody wants to see you get, locked up or killed. And then he started taking us out to eat to really nice restaurants. And we were all just like, heroin's not that bad.
If I need directions, I'm not asking a man with 1 tooth. I'm asking a man with 1 leg. Because he definitely knows the easiest way to get there, am I right? Oh, yeah. If there's a shortcut, that 1-legged guy knows where it is. You won't be hopping fences or climbing ladders. He'll get you right there.
Donald Trump wants to stage a UFC fight on the White House lawn. The last time he staged a fight in D.C., Mike Pence almost died. Actually, there was supposed to be an Epstein joke here, but I guess it got deleted. Must have probably deleted itself, right? Probably never existed, actually. Let's move on as a country and ignore that. Joe Rogan actually wanted me to be here to host this award show so that I could capture Adam Silver because Joe thinks he's an alien. And Donald Trump wanted me to be here to capture Juan Soto for the same reason. It's an alien joke. What are you booed up there, dude? Shut up.
I miss 2020. I miss 2020. Like the beginning of it, when everybody was like, we're dying, but we're taking care of each other. Like, it was good. It was a good vibe for like 2 weeks. It's a good vibe, man. And now I miss it. Like, I sit there at home, I see everything that's happening. I'm like, I miss it, man. I miss. People were nice. They were helping. You need anything? I got extra food. If you don't want it, it was nice, man. And then everybody understood personal space because of 2020. Yeah, like everybody got 6 feet. That was great. Everybody was a VIP wherever you went. You were 6 feet around you, and everybody understood personal space, and it was great. People were, I'm a VIP wherever you go, and I'm on the list. No, you're not. Fuck away from me. It was great. It was just great, man. We didn't have to shake hands. Shaking hands was gone. That was awesome. Man, guys were glitching. They didn't know my friends would come. Hey, Orlando, and I'm very outspoken. I was like, we don't do that anymore. We don't. That's dumb. We could die. You know?
I've lost a lot of weight. I've lost like 270 pounds the last 2 years. Don't clap. If you didn't clap, you were right. Don't clap. It's not a real accomplishment. You lose a whole fat man and you're still fat as hell. You know? Like, yay, I'm in 5X. All right, great.
Y'all ever notice the government treats aliens better than black people? I mean, damn. A UFO pulls up over Phoenix. Oh my God, welcome to Earth. Can we offer you some water? Here's a government grant, a secret base, maybe a Netflix deal. Meanwhile, I get pulled over and the cop looking at me like, sir, do you know why I stopped you? I said, yeah, because I was blacking a Honda Civic after 10 p.m. I get it. Keep the streak alive. You know it's bad when you got to rehearse being nice just to not get shot. Like I'm in the mirror practicing like license and registration officer. No sudden moves. Smile, Dave. Smile like you at Whole Foods. Organic kale, my good man. And look, I saw AI robots dancing on TikTok the other day. Dancing. We got robots hitting the robot, y'all. Meanwhile, my uncle still got a flip phone and thinks streaming is a medical condition. Heard you got that streaming, boy. You better get that checked out. We living in a world where your fridge is smarter than your cousin. Yo fridge texting you like, you forgot the milk, dumbass. This world's crazy, man. Aliens, robots, fridges with feelings. And I'm just trying to survive at one police stop and TikTok dance at a time.
You seen that motherfucking Bobby? That motherfucker owed me 35 motherfucking dollars. He told me he gonna pay my motherfucking money last motherfucking week. I ain't seen this motherfucker yet. I'm not gonna chase this motherfucker for my 35 motherfucking dollars. I called the motherfucker 4 motherfucking times, but the motherfucker won't call me back. I called his mama the other motherfucking day. She gonna pay like the motherfucker went in. I started to cuss her motherfucking ass out. But I don't want no motherfucking trouble.
White folks play poker. We play Uno. Uno will get you fucked up. Oh, you gonna start a fight? You ever play Uno and wanna kick somebody's ass? Motherfucker keep skipping and shit. Draw 2 on your ass. Oh, that's how you living, dog? That's how you living? Why you ain't fucking with nobody else, motherfucker? Like, what y'all arguing for? He keep draw 4 on a motherfucker, you know. Draw 4, get your ass whipped, man.
You know what I hate about drugs? I hate when like people my age and older get hooked on crack. I hate that shit. You're too old to be experimenting with the drugs at a certain point. You should be past that. You ain't doing it by a certain point. You just miss it. Drugs are really for old people anyway. You 75, you've earned the right. Shit, if I was 75, I'd do coke, heroin, everything. I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be walking down the street, they'd be like, boy, that old man is tripping.
My cousin said, man, we're having a card party. Bernie, come on, man. I said, man, I don't know, man. He said, please come, Bernie. I'm telling everybody you're coming. I said, okay, man. So I came. Boston, I swear for Lord. When I got there, police were there. Fire department was on the side. SWAT was in the goddamn trees. They had my cousin handcuffed in the back seat. I told the police officer, wait a minute, sir. I said, that's my cousin. I said, let me talk to him. He said, you better talk to him. I said, cuz, what's going on? He said, man, fuck that bitch, man. That motherfucker bitch kept, man, fucking around, man. I said, what'd she do? Every time I turned around, she was draw 4 on the motherfucker, draw 4. These motherfuckers playing Uno.
And I tried to break the tension. I just asked her. That's all I said. I go, hey, where are you guys from anyway? And I could tell that she was on to me. She goes, very condescendingly, she says, I'm from California. If you're asking my ethnicity, I am Chinese. And her husband was just cool about the shit. He was like, I'm Mexican, bro. I said, well, I'm sorry if I offended you by asking, but you're a very beautiful couple. And miss, there's no question that you're going to give birth to the hardest working baby this world has ever seen.
I don't give a fuck. You're not going to kill me, goddammit. Don't take no hour to get no goddamn nut. 3 minutes. Get it. Let's haul together. Ha, ha. Ha, ha. Ha. Fuck it. You know I ain't bullshit. Like we 21, 22 years old. That's when you young, you fuck all night. When you fuck from here to there, the mattress twisted and shit. Now I'm 41, you fucking one spot. Get it? 3 minutes? And we looking at each other. Good night. Shit, no, man, no. I ain't got like that.
I said, I need a gun immediately. The guy didn't answer. No questions. He just grabbed a 12-gauge shotgun, handed it to me. I'd never even held a gun before. I'm not a dummy. I'm like, I need some bullets too. And the guy reached under the counter, put 2 box shells on the counter. He said, all right, buddy, which box do you want? And I didn't know. One box had pictures of some ducks on it. The other box had pictures of some deer. I said, well, what's that box with them ducks? He said, oh, there's bird shot. And then he goes just like this. I'm not exaggerating. He goes, that won't kill a man. He said, it'll just pepper him up nicely. I said, what the fuck? Pepper? I said, well, what's that box with the deer on it? He goes, oh, there's buckshot. That'll put a hole in the goddamn truck if you wanted to. So which box do you want? And he picked the one with the deer up and shook it. I thought he was trying to trick me. I was like, do you have a box with a picture of a white dude trespassing on it? Because it's exactly the strength I'm looking for.
I came in the house the other day, man, 1 o'clock in the morning. She gonna send the motherfucker 6-year-old downstairs for some milk and cookies. I'm going upstairs, he coming down. He gonna walk past me like I'm a visitor, you know. He just gonna walk past me like I ain't shit. I'm babysitting. I said, where you going, dude? To get some milk and cookies. That's how he said it. I said, I wanted to hear him say it again. I said, what? To get some milk and cookies. Go on back upstairs. Switch your punk ass back upstairs. He gonna go upstairs in the room. The 2-year-old gonna say, where the cookies and shit, you know. He gonna tell her, him downstairs. Who the fuck is him? Like I ain't got no name and shit, you know what I mean? She gonna tell him, I gonna get this shit myself. She gonna come downstairs, old bow-legged motherfucker, short motherfucker bow-legged coming down there, looking like a raccoon and shit, you know what I mean? She gonna open the refrigerator, get a little ladder. I said, what you getting ready to do? Get some milk and cookies. I said, didn't I tell your motherfucking boy you couldn't have no goddamn milk and cookies? No, it's too goddamn late. Go to back the fuck upstairs before you get fucked up down here. She gonna look at me all up and down like I'm short, you know. Now, you know when somebody look at you like that, man, you know what the fuck that mean on the street. So I said, what the fuck are you looking at?
Sometimes the funniest thing to say is mean. You know what I mean? It's a tough position to be in. So I say a lot of mean things. But you guys gotta remember, I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm saying it because it's funny. And everything's funny till it happens to you.
You not gonna kill me, goddammit. Don't take no hour to get no goddamn nut. 3 minutes. Get it. Let's haul together. Ha, ha. Ha, ha. Ha. Fuck it. You know I ain't bullshit. Like we 21, 22 years old. That's when you young, you fuck all night. When you fuck from here to there, the mattress twisted and shit. Now I'm 41, you fucking one spot. Get it? 3 minutes? And we looking at each other. Good night. Shit, no, man, no. I ain't got like that.
I don't think men should be allowed to be gynecologists. That shit is a conflict of interest. Even when my wife was pregnant, we used to go to the gynecologist. And he'd put her legs up in that stirrup like this. He'd be like, all right, Miss Chappelle, just try to relax. I push her, back up, motherfucker, I got this. Just tell me what to look for. One of those home-style checkups. There's too many ethical questions when men do that. Like, can a gynecologist lose their license for smelling their fingers during an exam? Is that illegal? How could they not? These are men. It's like if you have a good barbecue, you don't even think about it. You just... The word pussy is only offensive if you're older. People my age and younger, I don't think we dance to that shit. That song come on the radio, say, I beat the pussy up. That's on the radio. I beat the pussy up. That's a pretty harsh song. It's like nothing like a love song. There's no tracks of his tears, no midnight trains to Georgia. This man simply beats the pussy up. Unbelievable. You don't even know if he's having sex with these women. They might just pull their pants down. He'd be like, "Pow! G-Unit."
I had a white guy tell me, he said, Bern, why do black people always use the word motherfucker? Because the word motherfucker is a noun. It describes a person, place, or thing.
you might hear a conversation and it go like this. You seen that motherfucking Bobby? That motherfucker owed me 35 motherfucking dollars. He told me he gonna pay my motherfucking money last motherfucking week. I ain't seen this motherfucker yet. I'm not gonna chase this motherfucker for my 35 motherfucking dollars. I called the motherfucker 4 motherfucking times, but the motherfucker won't call me back. I called his mama the other motherfucking day. She gonna play like the motherfucker went in. I started to cuss her motherfucking ass out, but I don't want no motherfucking trouble. But I'll tell you one motherfucking thing. The next motherfucking time I see this motherfucker and he ain't got my motherfucking money, I'm gonna bust his motherfucking head. And I'm out this motherfucker.
I came home early from the road. I had a $12,000 suit on because life's been going good. And I got home early and dinner was cooking. You ever come home when dinner's cooking? Doesn't that smell good? And my son saw me and he was like, Dad's home. And he got up from the table and ran over to give me a hug, but he had chicken grease all over his face. So I stepped on him like, yo, my man. Wash these threads, son. This is an expensive suit. I don't want you to get the chicken grease all over me. And he was like, what the chicken grease? Dad, this is duck. A tear came out of my eyes. I never dreamt I'd do so well in life that I'd raise a nigga with duck grease all over his face.
Look at a lot of white men, sometimes they look gay. You know, just by their gestures and shit. They so secure, they're digging their ass. No, you see him. Brothers, black folks, we got too much pride. We ain't gonna dig in our ass. If our ass itch, we gotta be creative. And try to scratch that motherfucker. We ain't digging. If our ass itch, we gonna find a way to get that motherfucker. Man. Boy, you a crazy motherfucker, boy.
She says the same shit to me every night before she goes to bed. I'll be the last one up. She's like, I'm gonna get some sleep, Dave. Good night. All right, babe, we'll stay up and watch television. Good night. And she'll walk halfway up the steps. David? Huh? Don't eat the kids' lunch. And then she walks away. Well, the crazy shit is I don't even eat their lunch anymore. Back in the day, I used to eat that shit. You know how that goes. I might smoke some weed in the middle of the night and she'll leave neatly wrapped sandwiches all over the kitchen. I'm gonna eat it. What's the big deal? Why can't she just make another one in the morning? I mean, it's like, I got sons anyway. And sons love everything their dads do. My kids would be at school the next day, just look like, oh, Dad bit my sandwich. Oh, shit. Their dad is Dave Chappelle, man. You could trade that sandwich for something better.
You can talk about me all the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck. I got mine, goddammit. You better hustle and get yours.
Is the word pussy offensive? I asked that crowd when we was in Denver. One was a woman in the front. She's older than me, maybe around my age. Definitely a feminist. You know what I mean? Short haircut, plaid shirt, you know what I'm saying? She said, I'm uncomfortable with that word. And I was like, really? You? And then before I could ask her why, there was one other guy, he was in the balcony. Now, I don't think he was saying this to me, but he said this. Everybody heard him say it. He goes, it's delicious. I don't think I've ever heard pussy called delicious before in my life. Now, this is not to say that it's bad, but it's definitely an acquired taste. I don't think any of us tasted pussy our first time like, hey, it's good.
I had a white guy tell me, he said, Bern, why do black people always use the word motherfucker? Because the word motherfucker is a noun. It describes a person place, or thing. You might hear a conversation and it go like this. You seen that motherfucking Bobby? That motherfucker owed me 35 motherfucking dollars. He told me he gonna pay my motherfucking money last motherfucking week. I ain't seen this motherfucker yet. I'm not gonna chase this motherfucker for my 35 motherfucking dollars. I called the motherfucker 4 motherfucking times, but the motherfucker won't call me back. I called his mama the other motherfucking day. She gonna play like the motherfucker went in. I started to cuss her motherfucking ass out, but I don't want no motherfucking trouble. But I'll tell you one motherfucking thing. The next motherfucking time I see this motherfucker and he ain't got my motherfucking money, I'm gonna bust his motherfucking head. And I'm out this motherfucker.
To be honest with you, I've been trying to repair my relationship with the transgender community because I don't want them to think that I don't like them. And you know how I've been repairing it? I wrote a play. I did, because I know that gays love plays. It's a very sad play, but it's moving. It's about a black transgender woman whose pronoun is sadly nigger. It's a tearjerker. At the end of the play, she dies of loneliness because white liberals don't know how to speak to her. Sad.
Little boy Blue. He needed the money.
I know 50 Cent done made it real cool to be shot. Let me just say, I've been shot before. Ain't shit cool about it. When I got shot, ain't no bitches come out, ain't no music play, nothing. The fuck the part when I got shot, I wasn't even in the altercation. I'm outside the club watching some other niggas. Look at these crazy niggas. Oh shit, that nigga got a gun, nigga. Better be good. Bam! Wait a minute, Jesus! Step down, 1032, bitch, in the trunk. This is bullshit. I done got blood in my perm, nigga. I'm finna black out. I'm finna All I'm saying, you gotta enjoy your motherfucking life. That's all the fuck I'm saying. Enjoy your goddamn life. Life is fucking short. Enjoy that shit. It's a group of women around the whole world, and nobody ever talks about it. And they keep everything going, and they don't never get no credit. We're gonna talk about them and give them their credit tonight. Where's all the fellas in here with an ugly woman? Make some noise. Some people saw their whole marriage go before their eyes. And I trusted you. Oh, everybody in here with somebody ugly know better. They just staring at me like this. You supposed to want what you need. When you was in the bathroom crying to the Lord, you said, send me the I need. That is the you need. Stop judging people by the outside only. The ugliest people be pretty. Sometimes you need an ugly woman. An ugly woman will save your life. I don't give a fuck what you say. White people are friendly. You can call them up at 3 o'clock in the morning with the wrong number and they won't even be mad at you. They just, hello? No, I'm sorry. No Shaquita here. Well, what number did you dial? No, it's a 9, not a 7. We'll try it. If it doesn't work, call me back. We'll figure this thing out. It's gonna change everything. They are finally finna sell female Viagra. Did you hear that? That wasn't women, that was old vaginas waking up for the first time tonight. What did that nigga say? She ain't gave that pussy away since the Prohibition. That's fresh. She got cobwebs on it and everything is fresh. Saran wrap. That's right, ladies. Female Viagra is coming. It's finna change everything. The pussy game is already vicious. Wait till this old kitty cat get back on the market. They say the female Viagra is stronger than the men's. Yeah, they say even if you 62, it'll bring you back to when you was at your hottest. Look at the cougars. Wow. I tried to be incognito, but thanks to Shannon Sharp's loudmouth ass, the gig is up. Everybody knows I'll tell. But I don't do no snitching. Y'all know my job. In my spare time, I infiltrate the Illuminati. Look for their secrets. Run back. Tell y'all. And they'll kill me if they could, but I'm too fast, and the Lord keep blessing me. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's the truth. I don't give a fuck what you are doing in your life, because I'm too busy doing what the fuck I'm doing in my life. Grown motherfucking man, I love bitches, that's my shit. I love bitches, so if you go to my house, there's certain shit at my house that ain't for me. It's for bitches. I got a regular bed with regular pillows, and I got 2 pillows with a silk cover on it. That's not for me. That's in case bitches want to come over there and they don't feel like wrapping their goddamn hair up. They ain't gotta fuck up their perm fucking with a nigga. Cause I love bitches, that's my shit. If you go to my house, it's Alizé at my house. I don't drink no motherfucking Alizé, but bitches do. And when they come over there, I want them to feel comfortable. If you a grown motherfucker and you get killed, and you get killed by a tiger, and you get killed by a tiger in a zoo, and you get killed by a tiger in a zoo in San Francisco, I think God's will has been done for your life. I think that's exactly what was supposed to happen, and I think he wanted me to laugh about it a whole lot. That's what I think. Fuck that. I'm a parent. I got kids. I feel like if you raise a child at any age that's dumb enough to climb into a tiger's cage, you should tell them the rest of the goddamn story. Then the tiger eats your asshole out, baby. That's the end. That's what the fuck's supposed to happen. And these motherfucking zookeepers got on TV and started talking shit about the tigers, start snitching on the tigers like they was disappointed in the tigers and shit. Like, we can't believe they would even do something like that. They've never done anything like that before. And if they're a danger to the community, then we'll have to get rid of them. You gonna get rid of the tiger? You gonna get rid of the only real motherfucker in the whole goddamn equation? All I'm saying is you got to look at this shit from the tiger's motherfucking viewpoint. First of all, this ain't no fake ass got it at the mall tiger. This a real goddamn tiger, like the kind that be on National Geographic every time you turn it on the back of a wildebeest ass and shit. Wildebeest don't even be dead. I'm not even dead, chap. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I'm hungry now. If you a grown motherfucker and you get killed, and you get killed by a tiger, and you get killed by a tiger in a zoo, and you get killed by a tiger in a zoo in San Francisco, I think God's will has been done for your life. I think that's exactly what was supposed to happen, and I think he wanted me to laugh about it a whole lot. That's what I think. Fuck that. I'm a parent. I got kids. I feel like if you raise a child at any age that's dumb enough to climb into a tiger's cage, you should tell them the rest of the goddamn story. Then the tiger eats your asshole out, baby. That's the end. That's what the fuck's supposed to happen. And these motherfucking zookeepers got on TV and started talking shit about the tigers, start snitching on the tigers like they was disappointed in the tigers and shit. Like, we can't believe they would even do something like that. They've never done anything like that before. And if they're a danger to the community, then we'll have to get rid of them. You gonna get rid of the tiger? You gonna get rid of the only real motherfucker in the whole goddamn equation? All I'm saying is you got to look at this shit from the tiger's motherfucking viewpoint. First of all, this ain't no fake ass got it at the mall tiger. This a real goddamn tiger, like the kind that be on National Geographic every time you turn it on the back of a wildebeest ass and shit. Wildebeest don't even be dead. I'm not even dead, chap. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I'm hungry now. Grown motherfucking man, I love bitches. That's my shit. I love bitches. So if you go to my house, there's certain shit at my house that ain't for me. It's for bitches. I got a regular bed with regular pillows, and I got 2 pillows with a silk cover on it. That's not for me. That's in case bitches want to come over there and they don't feel like wrapping their goddamn hair up. They ain't gotta fuck up their perm fucking with a nigga. Cause I love bitches. That's my shit. If you go to my house, it's Alizé at my house. I don't drink no motherfucking Alizé, but bitches do. And when they come over there, I want them to feel comfortable. An example, they supposed to be putting medicine in America to help motherfuckers feel better and help you live better. But these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about the medicine. They out making their motherfucking money. They give you one medication supposed to fix some shit, and the side effect fuck up your leg and shit. Then they give you another one to fix that, and it fuck up your arm, and now you on 2 medications looking like a flamingo in front of your motherfucking children and shit. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck. Just 1 month, they say this is the best medicine ever. It'll cure everything. And then 3 months later, you hear this quiet-ass commercial. Have you or one of your loved ones been killed from using our medicine? Dial 1-800-RBAD. Mayans said it was some shit out there, and then suddenly the Mayans disappeared. Now, they tell us the Mayans disappeared because they can't find none of their fucking bones. But let me remind you that you can go to any motherfucking museum anywhere in the world, and they got a whole 62-foot dinosaur from his nose all the way to his nutsack and his toes 5 billion goddamn years ago. Do whatever you want to do, but it's still consequences. Hollywood is finding that out right now. There's a drug problem in Hollywood. They can't even tell you about it. But y'all know I'll tell. Here's the truth, won't nobody say. That mother Ozempic is whooping Hollywood's ass. Do you hear me? They said Oprah took so much that Gail lost 12 pounds. Do you understand what I said? People are shitting themselves to death. I done seen the numbers. I was flabbergasted. I know a woman that weighed 126 pounds. She lost 131 pounds. Did you just do that math in your head that she had to borrow a few pounds?
My cousin said, man, we're having a card party. Bernie, come on, man. I said, man, I don't know, man. He said, please come, Bernie. I'm telling everybody you're coming. I said, okay, man. So I came. Boston, I swear for the Lord. When I got there, police were there. Fire department was on the side. SWAT was in the goddamn trees. They had my cousin handcuffed in the back seat. I told the police officer, wait a minute, sir. I said, that's my cousin. I said, let me talk to him. He said, you better talk to him. I said, cuz, what's going on? He said, man, fuck that bitch, man. That motherfucker bitch kept, man, fucking around, man. I said, what'd she do? Every time I turn around, she would draw foreign, a motherfucker, draw foreign. These motherfuckers playing Uno. She ain't do nobody else like that. Like, drop on, drop on, drop on. I'll kill that bitch. Now, you ever played Uno? Uno will make you kick a motherfucker ass now.
Simple, honest, direct language. There's no shame attached to the word cripple that I can find in any dictionary. No shame attached to it. In fact, it's a word used in Bible translations. Jesus healed the cripples. Doesn't take 7 words to describe that condition. But we don't have any cripples in this country anymore. We have the physically challenged. Is that a grotesque enough evasion for you? How about differently abled? I've heard them called that, differently abled. You can't even call these people handicapped anymore. They'll say, we're not handicapped, we're handy-capable. These poor people have been bullshitted by the system into believing that if you change the name of the condition, somehow you'll change the condition. Simple, honest, direct language. There's no shame attached to the word cripple that I can find in any dictionary. No shame attached to it. In fact, it's a word used in Bible translations. Jesus healed the cripples. Doesn't take 7 words to describe that condition. But we don't have any cripples in this country anymore. We have the physically challenged. Is that a grotesque enough evasion for you? How about differently abled? I've heard them called that, differently abled. You can't even call these people handicapped anymore. They'll say, we're not handicapped, we're handy-capable. These poor people have been bullshitted by the system into believing that if you change the name of the condition, somehow you'll change the condition. But the one I do resist, the one I keep resisting, is when they look at an old guy and they'll say, look at him, Dan, he's 90 years young. Imagine the fear of aging that reveals. To not even be able to use the word old to describe someone, to have to use an antonym. And fear of aging is natural, it's universal, isn't it? We all have that. No one wants to get old, no one wants to die, but we do. So we bullshit ourselves. I started bullshitting myself when I got to my 40s. As soon as I was in my 40s, I'd look in the mirror and I'd say, Well, I guess I'm getting older. Older sounds a little better than old, doesn't it? Sounds like it might even last a little longer. Bullshit, I'm getting old. And it's okay, because thanks to our fear of death in this country, I won't have to die. I'll pass away. Here's another one of our interesting, heartwarming behaviors we come up with. Somewhere along the way, torturing each other. You want to hear a really cool torture that the Romans invented? They also used it as a form of capital punishment. It's really creative. They would take the guy in question, stuff him in a burlap sack, seal the sack up real tight, and throw it in the river. But, and here's the creative part, inside the sack with the guy, they would put a dog, a monkey, and a snake. Okay? A dog, a monkey, and a snake. That's fucking creative. Imagine being inside a burlap sack underwater in the dark, sitting next to a drowning monkey. Think he'd be moving around a little bit? The dog would be going ape shit, we know that. And the snake, well, he'd probably be getting curious about what all the activity was inside the sack. He might do anything. But whatever he did, it would probably involve venom and his teeth. You know what you'd be doing? You'd be praying to God that the snake bit the monkey and the dog ate the snake. Well, let's get back to the Bible, America's favorite national theatrical prop. Suppose the Bible they hand you to swear on is upside down, or backward, or both, and you swear to tell the truth on an upside-down, backward Bible. Would that count? Suppose the Bible they hand you is an old Bible and half the pages are missing. Suppose all they have is a Chinese Bible in an American court, or a Braille Bible and you're not blind. Suppose they hand you an upside-down, backward Chinese Braille Bible with half the pages missing. At what point does all of this stuff just break down and become just a lot of stupid shit that somebody made up? Everybody complains about politicians. Everybody says they suck. Yeah. Well, where do people think these politicians come from? They don't fall out of the sky. They don't pass through a membrane from another reality. They come from American parents and American families, American homes, American schools, American churches, American businesses, and American universities, and they're elected by American citizens. This is the best we can do, folks. This is what we have to offer. It's what our system produces. Garbage in, garbage out. If you have selfish, ignorant citizens, you're going to get selfish, ignorant leaders. And term limits ain't going to be any good. You're just going to wind up with a brand new bunch of selfish, ignorant Americans. So maybe it's not the politicians who suck. Maybe something else sucks around here. Like the public. Yeah, the public sucks. There's a nice campaign slogan for somebody. The public sucks. Fuck hope. You ever stop and realize how fragile all this is? How fragile the whole structure, how easily it could all just break right down? Just break right down. Wouldn't take much. Probably happened in less than 2 years. Wouldn't take much to throw us right back into barbaric times. All you'd have to do would be eliminate electricity. That's all. But completely. Eliminate electricity. So, no electricity, no lights. You're back to candles and lanterns, campfires and bonfires. Batteries couldn't be recharged. Generators couldn't be refueled because fuel is pumped electrically. So is water, by the way. So no lights, no fuel, no water, no computers. And computers run everything. And among the many things computers run that operate on electricity are all of these security systems in all of our jails and prisons and nut houses. So suddenly, without electricity, all across America, the gates and cell doors of penitentiaries and mental institutions would fly open. And out would come all of our old friends. I started bullshitting myself when I got to my 40s. As soon as I was in my 40s, I'd look in the mirror and I'd say, well, I guess I'm getting older. Older sounds a little better than old, doesn't it? Sounds like it might even last a little longer. Bullshit, I'm getting old. And it's okay, because thanks to our fear of death in this country, I won't have to die. I'll pass away. Or I'll expire like a magazine subscription. If it happens in the hospital, they'll call it a terminal episode. The insurance company will refer to it as negative patient care outcome. And if it's the result of malpractice, they'll say it was a therapeutic misadventure. I'm telling you, some of this language makes me want to vomit. I started bullshitting myself when I got to my 40s. As soon as I was in my 40s, I'd look in the mirror and I'd say, well, I guess I'm getting older. Older sounds a little better than old, doesn't it? Sounds like it might even last a little longer. Bullshit, I'm getting old. And it's okay, because thanks to our fear of death in this country, I won't have to die. I'll pass away. Or I'll expire like a magazine subscription. If it happens in the hospital, they'll call it a terminal episode. The insurance company will refer to it as negative patient care outcome. And if it's the result of malpractice, they'll say it was a therapeutic misadventure. I'm telling you, some of this language makes me want to vomit.
Swearing on the Bible. You understand that shit? They tell you to raise your right hand, place your left hand on the Bible. Does this stuff really matter? Which hand? Does God really give a fuck about details like this? Suppose you put your right hand in the Bible, you raise your left hand. Would that count? Or would God say, sorry, wrong hand, try again? And why does one hand have to be raised? What is the magic in this gesture? This seems like some sort of a primitive voodoo mojo shtick. Why not put your left hand on the Bible, let your right hand hang down by your side? Swearing to God doesn't mean anything. Swearing on the Bible doesn't mean anything. You know why? Because Bible or no Bible, God or no God, if it suits their purposes, people are going to lie in court. The police do it all the time. All the time. Yes, they do. It's part of their job to protect, to serve, and to commit perjury whenever it supports the state's case. And I say, fine, pray for anything you want. Pray for anything. But what about the divine plan? Remember that? The divine plan. Long time ago, God made a divine plan. Gave it a lot of thought, decided it was a good plan, put it into practice. And for billions and billions of years, the divine plan has been doing just fine. Now you come along and pray for something. Well, suppose the thing you want isn't in God's divine plan. What do you want him to do? Change his plan? Just for you? Doesn't it seem a little arrogant? It's a divine plan. What's the use of being God if every rundown schmuck with a $2 prayer book can come along and fuck up your plan? And here's something else, another problem you might have. Suppose your prayers aren't answered. What do you say? Well, it's God's will. Thy will be done. Fine, but if it's God's will and he's going to do what he wants to anyway, why the fuck bother praying in the first place? Seems like a big waste of time to me. Couldn't you just skip the praying part and go right to his will?
Racism is a bitch. I mean, white people, you gotta know. It fucks you up, but what it does to black people is a bitch. Because no matter what it's hard enough being a human being. It's really fucking hard enough just to be that. Right? Just to go through everyday life without murdering a motherfucker. It's hard enough just to walk through life decent as a person. But here's another element added to it when you're black. Your mother's got that little edge on us. It's enough to make you crazy.
I was at the freak off one time and I went in the back room and Puff was in there with Carl Winslow, with Dad from Family Matters. He was smashing and I was like, Puff, what are you doing? And he was like, yeah, it feels good to make another man do your bidding. And I was like, oh my God. Carl Winslow from Family Matters was there and I wasn't invited? It's worse than I thought. Or maybe I'm not ugly. I mean, you know, look at my face. This is not necessarily a handsome face, but it's not an ugly face. But if you really study my face clearly, I have snitch energy. Oh, I look like I'll tell. The last thing you want to see at the orgy is me across the room looking at you like.
If immigration's law passed, they say that 1.2 million Mexicans would have to go back to Mexico. 1.2, ¿sabes qué? That's 7 quinceañeras. That ain't shit. That ain't shit. 1.2, that's 7 quinceañeras and 2 weddings. They're not gonna make a dent. Tia, they got me. I gotta go back to Mexico. I got a smog check and the guy saw me and they put a finger. I'll be right back though. Watch my plate. Tia, go like that so flies don't get on it.
To be honest with you, I've been trying to repair my relationship with the transgender community because I don't want them to think that I don't like them. And you know how I've been repairing it? I wrote a play. I did, because I know that gays love plays. It's a very sad play, but it's moving. It's about a black transgender woman whose pronoun is sadly nigger. It's a tearjerker. At the end of the play, she dies of loneliness because white liberals don't know how to speak to her. Sad.
One of the first mistakes you can make as a young mother or a young father is call your mom on the phone and ask her if she can watch your kids. Big mistake. You don't call her, you show up with your kids. And as soon as they start eating, you moonwalk out of there. And come back the next day.
I got busted with weed in Florida last year. Less than a gram of weed. And they took my happy ass to jail. I've been partying in Florida for years. I didn't even know they had laws. Looked to me like everybody just run amok down there. And I'll run amok with you. I will run the fuck out of amok with you. My wife got pissed at me when I got busted with that weed, and she smokes pot. What the fuck is up with that? I come home, she goes, "You smoke too much pot." I said, "Oh, let me get this straight. You smoke the correct amount of pot. You ever smoke so much pot your wife starts to make sense?" Me either.
I got a cousin, she's 700 pounds. She called me crying the other day. I said, "What's wrong?" "They snatching women in the neighborhood." I said, "And what are you worried about?" They ain't finna snatch nothing around you. You might get forklift off one of these streets. Anyway, she been running down the street where the women been getting snatched. She jogging down the street, looking in cars, trying to get snatched. She's looking in the car. She running through the park. She waving at cars. 'Cause you know how them big girls, they run real slow. The van that been snatching the women rode past her 5 fucking times the other night. I told her, "What does that tell you?" "They didn't see me." I said, "How the fuck did they not see? They seen you. How could somebody not see a circle on the corner? A big Cheerio standing there on the corner and then nobody see you." Anyway, she got snatched. I think they snatched her last Thursday or something like that. Yeah, they snatched her. I talked to the detective. He said, "Mr. Epps, she got in the van." Yeah, she got in the van. As soon as they stopped, she got in the mother.
Hey, man. I just want to say thanks for hanging out with us today here on TubeSquatch. You could have been anywhere else on the internet, probably watching a raccoon ride a skateboard or a baby dance to some Pitbull song. But you chose to be here, and that means something. Let me know down there in the comments what part hit you the hardest, or made you spit out your drink. I read all them things, even the weird ones. YouTube says they know you're going to like that next video down below. I don't know how they know, but I trust that algorithm like it's my cousin working at the DMV. And hey, don't forget to hit that like button, smack that subscribe, and join the Squatch fam. We're out here in the woods of the web, keeping it weird and wild. I'll see y'all in the next one. Stay legendary, stay squatchy.